Good morning to all of you, respected dignitaries on the dais, delegates from different parts of the country, faculty members, everybody. So let me first congratulate and also thank. I want to congratulate the organizers, particularly Nagendra and his team, organizing this kind of event, which is not only a current bothering, but it's futuristic topics, sustainability. That's why I want to congratulate, Nagendra and also his team. I want to thank because since it is a sustainable campus, I'm as the chairman Telangana Higher Education Council, representing almost 40 universities, 20 lakh students, 2 lakh faculty members, everybody. That's why when we talk about sustainability in campuses, I think I am the right person to represent and say a few words. That's why I am here. So yes, definitely. Talking about the sustainability. Today, sustainability is the buzzword. Sustainability is part of our life, whether it is an industry, any aspect of. But just I want to take little holistic thing. Sustainability is the part of environment. What is the why we had to talk about sustainability? What this? I can tell you maybe 2-3 minutes about the environmental protection. Need of the hour. Of course, when we say environmental protection, I always say that, here I know that different backgrounds, scientists are there, technocrats are there, bureaucrats are there, institutions are there. For everybody, common to all of us is that, when we talk about any discussion on the environment or sustainability, what is the starting point? The starting point is that, there is a Latin maxim called sic utere utu ad alienum non ledus. Means, use resources not harming others. Friends, this is the beginning. This is a customary principle countries used for centuries. Use resources. Yes, every country, every individual has a right to use resources, but use in a prudent manner, use in a sensible manner, use not disturbing others. That is the principle which is we are taking from generations. Not that, we talk about this, environment or sustainability is new concept. No, it was there, is going to be there. But, the kind of transformation which is happening, I will talk, few minutes. Yes, this is the, use resources, not harming others. It was a customary principle countries are following. Particularly, this principle has been, customary principle has been converted into a convention, means treaties. You take any global treaties. Today, we talk about the, environment. Just now, Dr. Jayaprakash Narayan sir was talking about environment knows no boundary. Definitely we had to think globally, act locally. We had to start protecting environment from our own home, our own village. But of course there are, when I say environment knows no boundaries, environment is a global issue, whether it's a ozone depletion to acid rain to air pollution to water pollution to all these are all, boundaryless thing. That's why global community has to come forward, but we had to take this movement through a local level, or that is why. So think globally and act locally. Of course, sustainable environment. When we say sustainability, last 4 decades, if you look at the concept of sustainability, or more particularly started with sustainable development. There is one document called Blunt-Rand Commission report of 2017. Blunt-Rand Committee report 1987 first talked about sustainable development, because today world is competing whether development is important or environment important. Some countries across the globe, if you look at the developed countries more focusing on the environmental protection. We developing countries, I want to inform you that two-thirds of the global society is composed of the developing countries. So most of the developing countries say that for us, development is important. For you people, developed countries, developed. So this kind of debates, discussions, all those are happening. The compromise formula was sustainable. Yes, both are important. Development is important and environment is important. So that is the concept which developed the Blunt-Rand Committee report. It says, what is a sustainable development? What is a sustainability? Sustainable, that meets the needs of the present generation without compromising ability of future generation for their own sake. That is a concept we borrowed last 40 years. Across the globe, momentum is happening. Countries are, taking these international obligations into the domestic, for instance, take India. Our constitution, I always say that, and it is true here also, I'm mentioning two important things you should, as a citizen of the country, must remember. What is that? Ignorance of law is no excuse. Not that I'm a law professor I'm talking about, but as a citizens, irrespective of the profession what you are, but minimum things, that's, one has to have an idea about law. Of course, environmental law comes into that. So ignorance of law is no excuse, because you can't say that, I don't know law, I'll pollute, I'll do this, that is the one. Other thing, important thing, we are all, citizens of the country, maybe different parts of the states. What is that? Ignorance of constitution is also no excuse. Why? Constitution is the basic law, supreme law. Whatever you talk about, it has roots in constitution. That's why I said it is the fundamental important law. This kind of, law, that's why we all studied constitution. I'm not talking here something, most of we are all, qualified people. Part of our syllabi, in the schools we studied constitution. Not that, constitution is new, but that is the significance of constitution. Indian constitution, mention Article 48, if you look at, part of the directive principles, the constitution is directed the state, means country, government, protection of environment. State shall endeavor for promotion of, environmental protection. It has to take a lot of initiatives, okay? That is the mandate from the constitution to the government. Okay, that is the government. But what we as a citizens, how to follow as a protection of environment? Again, Article 51 of the Constitution, fundamental duty. Every citizen of the country has the duty to protect, to preserve environment, water, lakes, all these things. So that's why I think, we have to follow these, ethics, ethos, values, which we inherited from the various legislation, not only constitution, but we have a specific legislations which talk about the environmental protection, part of the sustainability, Water Act to Air Act to, Sustainable Act to many things. There are 15 to 20 important legislations in India which talks about the environmental protection. The basic starting point is the constitution. So like that, I can tell you all. So this is a kind of momentum, but today, only thing is that, I consider, and it's true, maybe you all agree with me, one of the greatest challenge we humanity is facing in the 21st century is the protection, preservation, conservation of human environment and keep that ecosystem, fragile. So that is where, I consider most pressing challenge. Yes, we have a poverty problem, we have a social problems, we have other, but out of all these things, environmental protection is going to be the very important. That's why ecological danger is more than that of other security. Morning, Dr. Satish Reddy was talking about, security, whether it's human security, border security, but out of all this security, environment security is going to take place very important in the years to come, decades to come. That's why all part of the urbanization, all, but I think, it's everybody's duty to see that, we have to protect our environment, not only for our own sake, for future generation. That is what, the Brundtland Commission to various international treaty obligations to legislations in India also talks about. So I think again, I don't want to take much time, but this is a very good initiative. We have to. Today, the environment, when I say how momentum has happened, I'll tell you in 1 or 2 minutes. Though I said protection, preservation of environment is not new to the humanity, but because of the urbanization, all these things, lot of challenges which we are encountering. So international, treaty obligations, I told you, all now I think it is the time for all of us to act. So whether it is through Supreme Court, for example, as a law person, I can speak, lot of public interest litigation is developed, to protect environment. Purushottam Reddy sir has done lot of work. I think today I'm confidently tell that the kind of work, last 40 years, I'm a student of him and also, of course. So the kind of, momentum he has led, to protect environment. I think Nagendra, the researcher, has chosen a right person to, acknowledging his, contribution to the environment and giving awards. Sir, really, Purushottam Reddy sir, I'm talking about you. You deserve this. I think we wish many more Purushottam Reddys to protect environment, sustainability. So with this, I again congratulate and, thank you, Nagendra, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We sincerely thank Professor Dr. V. Balakista Reddy Garu for his inspiring presence, valuable insights, and outstanding contributions to higher education, legal scholarship, policy leadership, and academic innovation, which continue to inspire and empower future generations across the nation. Now, may I invite Nagendra sir to kindly felicitate Balakista Reddy sir Garu.
Now, we will be giving few certifications and awards for Bharat Environmental Program Platinum Sustainable Campus Partner to 3 institutions. I request the representatives from Mahindra University to please come and collect their certification and awards.
రీసెర్చ్ ఐట్స్ ఫౌండేషన్ వాళ్ళు ఈరోజు ఈ యొక్క సస్టైనబుల్ క్యాంపస్ అనేటువంటి ఒక థీమ్ తీసుకొని డిఫరెంట్ ఇప్పుడు ఇండియాలో ఉన్నటువంటి వివిధ యూనివర్సిటీస్ తర్వాత ఎన్జిఓలను రిప్రజెంట్ చేసి దాదాపు 1500 మంది ఇక్కడ పార్టిసిపేట్ చేయడం జరిగింది. ముఖ్య ఉద్దేశం ఏంటంటే ఎట్లా ఈ యొక్క సస్టైనబిలిటీని లేకుంటే ముఖ్యంగా ఎన్వైరన్మెంట్ ప్రొటెక్షన్ అనేది ఇంపార్టెంట్. దాన్ని ఫ్యూచర్ జనరేషన్స్కు తీసుకుపోవాలంటే దాన్ని ప్రొటెక్ట్ చేయాలి, మనం ప్రిజర్వ్ చేయాలి. కాబట్టి అవేర్నెస్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలి, ముందుకు తీసుకుపోవాలనేటువంటి ఉద్దేశంతో వాళ్ళు ఇక్కడ కండక్ట్ చేయడం జరిగింది. నా సందేశం కూడా ఏంటంటే ప్రతి ఒక్క పౌరుని బాధ్యత. ఇవాళ ఎన్వైరన్మెంట్ ప్రొటెక్షన్ అనేది ఏంటంటే ప్రతి ఒక్క పౌరుని బాధ్యత. ఇవాళ రాజ్యాంగంలో తీసుకున్నా కానీ కొన్ని సూత్రాలు మన ఫండమెంటల్ రైట్స్ అనేవి ఉన్నాయి, ఆదేశిక సూత్రాలు, వీటినన్నింటిని ఫాలో అయికుంటూ ఎన్నో చట్టాలు కూడా ఉన్నాయి ఈ ఎన్వైరన్మెంట్ ప్రొటెక్ట్. కాకపోతే జనాలు వాటిని పాటించినంత వరకు చట్టాలు ఉన్నంత మాత్రం ప్రయోజనం లేదు. కాబట్టి మా మెసేజ్ కూడా ఏంటంటే మనం అందరం సీరియస్ తీసుకోవాలి. లేకుంటే ఇంకో 15-20 ఇయర్స్ ఇంకా ఫ్యూచర్ అంతా మనం ఏ డెవలప్మెంట్ చేసినా కానీ ఒకవేళ ఎన్వైరన్మెంట్ మనం ప్రొటెక్ట్ చేసుకోకపోతే నిరర్థకమవుతుంది. కాబట్టి అందరం ప్రతి ఒక్క పౌరుని బాధ్యతగా ఈ యొక్క ఎన్వైరన్మెంట్ ప్రొటెక్ట్ చేయాలని వాళ్ళకి సందేశం ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది.